Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Unit 4. In this unit, we are talking about ethics and social responsibility. So this is our lesson 4.1 on ethics. So let's get started. All right, so our objectives for this lesson are as follows. They are to define and have an understanding of ethical and unethical behavior, understand how workplace ethics affects businesses and yourself, define and understand what a business code of ethics is, and learn how to be a lifelong learner of ethics and discuss different workplace scenarios. All right, so let's talk about ethical standards in conducting business. Now, managers deal with ethical dilemmas within the workplace often. Therefore, it is important for managers to be trained in ethics so that they know when an ethical issue occurs and how to handle it. So let's start off talking with what is ethics. Well, ethical behavior means acting with integrity by being honest, professional, and fair. You got to have good communication skills. You got to make good decisions. You need to treat people well and don't discriminate. You also have to show up. And there's more, but that's all what ethical behavior is. So, what about unethical behavior? Well, unethical behavior is lacking the ability to behave with moral principles, like not following rules and laws, lying, stealing, not honoring your commitments, and discrimination. All of these are unethical behavior. Let's talk a little bit about personal ethics versus professional ethics. Now, there are a few things that differ between personal ethics and your professional ethics. Personal ethics apply to all aspects of your life. They reflect you as an individual when it comes to your personal values and your beliefs in everyday life. And some people view this as a person's conscience or their moral code of conduct. Professional ethics apply specifically to the workplace. These are established by the profession itself and may be codified in a written code, and there are consequences for violations, including disciplinary action. Now, as a side, author John Maxwell says that there's no such thing as personal ethics because your ethics, your moral code, should be applied across all aspects of your life, whether you are at home or at work. So there is a little bit of a difference maybe you can look at, or you can decide. I'm leaving this open, but remember that kind of your ethical behavior reflects your company, and it's important to learn what is acceptable and not acceptable in the workplace because each company is different. So I want you to think about it for a second. Have you ever thought about what components make up your personal code of ethical behavior? So maybe take a minute, write it down in any notes that you have or notes that you are taking for this. Let's move on to a code of ethics. Now, businesses expect their employees to conduct themselves ethically. And businesses teach their employees what is ethical and unethical in their company by creating a code of ethics. A code of ethics is a document that outlines the company's policies on the way you should conduct yourself at work or when you are representing your business. So, if you were to ever start up or run your own business, you would be in charge of deciding what is your business's code of ethics, what they would be. So, quick question, who do you think enforces the code of ethics? Maybe take a minute, pause the video, write it down in your notes. What about things that are unethical in the workplace? Now, in the workplace, the following consequences can happen to you depending on the severity of your unethical actions. You could get written up, you could have a bad reputation, you could get fired. There could even be jail time or even prison time. So, what could happen to a business if there is unethical behavior? Again, take a few minutes, make some notes, and think about this is go what this could be, or what could happen to a business if they don't have or if they have unethical behavior. Let's talk about something called ethical dilemmas. It is important to try and be ethical at all times. It's as simple as be good, do good. Now, there will be difficult situations that arise where the ethical course of action will not always be clear. These are called ethical dilemmas. Now, in order to know how to handle ethical dilemmas, you must do the following. You've got to read and learn about ethics. You've got to figure out what are your values and morals. And you should know your company's code of ethics. And of course, practice what you preach. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. And you can always learn from others and ask for guidance. And you can constantly be learning about ethics through reading books, watching videos, taking classes, and etc. Let's talk a little bit about ethical dilemmas that are faced by managers. There's discrimination. Managers deal with accusations or lawsuits charging discrimination. This is very serious. Therefore, in order to be a great manager, you must be educated about discrimination and how to avoid discriminating others. Fraud. Now, this is a serious ethical breach in the workplace and is sadly something managers deal with often. If the manager ever finds out about fraud, they are legally required to report it, as managers should want to promote a work environment that is ethical, honest, and fair. Marketing. Marketing is the best way to get businesses known. However, managers are known for having to make sure that they and their employees are ethical within their marketing. They cannot misrepresent the business or others. They need to be honest in all parts of their businesses to customers. Otherwise, this could be a massive ethical dilemma for themselves, the customers, and for the businesses that they work for. So give a chance to think about it again. Again, maybe pause the video, write these down in your notes. But what are some other ethical dilemmas that you think managers have to deal with? But really, that's for now. That is our lesson 4.1 lesson on ethics. And the objectives, remember, were to define and have an understanding of ethical and unethical behavior, to understand how workplace ethics affect businesses and yourself, define and understand what a business code of ethics is, learn how to be a lifelong learner of ethics, and we discuss different workplace scenarios.